All right, folks, welcome back to another week of Word of Mouth, talking mental health, relationships, etc. Y'all know the deal. Like and subscribe to the channel. Link down below to all our social media platforms. All right, 3 weeks in a row. Look at me now. So a little update on our school. So for the first 2 weeks, we are going to be remote. They say some classes won't be, but most of my classes were already remote. So I'm thinking this class is going to be remote, and I think that's probably going to be for the most of the semester. If not, it'll probably, I still only have one class, and I'll just probably fly out to California for the next 2 weeks for that class. So probably more videos will be coming out of me, because I won't be all in school activities and things of that nature. We do have a gallery show coming up that I'm in, and I've actually had to use a lot of my artwork for it, but we're getting off topic. So let's hope everybody had a happy holidays and a happy New Year's, and things are progressing well for you already. But we're going to get into the topic. We're talking about false accusations. So false accusations have becoming a larger and larger topic of a discussion here in America, because it's starting to happen so frequently. Now, with this in mind, as far as I know, and far as what's going on, there are no repercussions for these false accusations. It's just kind of like oh well, and a slap on the wrist. And the video I'm gonna play, and then give my opinion afterwards, is something to that effect, and it's gonna kind of drive you wild or crazy when you look at the video. So let's get into it.
He spent 16 years in prison after being wrongly convicted of rape. His accuser, a best-selling author, is now apologizing, saying she's truly sorry. But how do you undo such a life-altering mistake? Here's Les Trent.
Tears of joy as a man wrongly accused of rape is exonerated after spending 16 years in prison. Anthony Broadwater, now 61 years old, broke down in tears when he heard the judge throw out the conviction.
Mr. Broadwater cannot get those 16 years back.
His accuser was Alice Sebold, author of The Lovely Bones, which was made into a major movie starring Mark Wahlberg.
It's gonna be okay. My dad knows I'm here.
Her rape at age 18 took place when she was a college student in upstate New York, years before she became famous. Sebold says it happened here in this 76-acre park overlooking Syracuse University, where she was a freshman. Months went by and there was no arrest. Then, one day, Alice Sebold was walking down this street, and she says she came face to face with the man who attacked her. It was Anthony Broadwater. He was found guilty after Sebold took the stand and identified him as her rapist.
The people that knew me and know my character, they know that wasn't me.
Doubts about his guilt were raised when movie producer Timothy Mucciante started investigating the story as he prepared to make a movie based on Sebold's memoir about the rape called Lucky.
Anyone who reads the transcript of the trial and compares it to her book, there's quite a lot that's omitted that a reader would look at and say, this doesn't add up, just like I did.
Sebold, now 58 years old, had nothing to say as she walked her dog in San Francisco, where she lives.
Anything to say to Anthony Broadwater?
But on Tuesday, she issued a public apology to Broadwater in which she acknowledged he had been wrongly accused. I am sorry most of all for the fact that the life you could have led.
So there's the video on that, and here's my opinion on it. Yeah, he can't get back his 16 years. There's no denying that. But what is her consequences for this false accusation? Not going to deny it. She got raped. She felt she got raped. We don't know. I didn't look into the case, so there's probably evidence or residue, or however you want to put it, that she indeed got raped. But she randomly accused somebody because she walked down the street and she was angry. It was an emotional opinion, and she knew that with a black man, because I guess she figured it was a black man that did it, or maybe it was a black man that did it, that some man would pay. And that's my theory on it, that's my synopsis on it, as from a mental standpoint, is that she wanted a man to pay regardless of who the man was, and she knew she could make this man pay. Because to be honest, let's be real, if it was a white guy or any other guy, they would have did more investigation behind it. We're talking about a college in New York State, and we'll say she's late 40s, early 50s. Let's just be real. Even in New York, how many black men were going to college then? Especially in upstate New York. How many black men were walking around campus? How many black men were even near the campus or even suggested go over that way? Not that many. But what is her consequences? What is the repercussions for this? He spent 16 years in jail. In her case, I believe she should have to pay $1 million for every year she was in jail. Because he can't make back that time. I mean, the time is gone. He has to go. She should have to pay for his therapy for the rest of his life, because he's gonna need that. And any trauma or injuries he sustained following that should be her punishment. And she should have to do community service in some aspect that's in relation to this. Because she lied. She lied on a random man that she wanted to pay. And we can also be honest too, the man who probably raped her was probably white. Just by demographics and population up there. So, and then let's go into the whole false accusation thing altogether. There needs to be some type of crime or punishment given to women or men or whomever does this false accusations that fits the bill. Because people are going to prison, people are getting these accusations on their name, and there's nothing happening. And then these people have to go back and go through this whole problem, get a lawyer, get a litigation and all that. And depending on who it is, depending on what should happen to them. For example, if you accuse a man of rape and he's up for 20 years, that court system or whoever should turn around and give her, she should be up for 20 years on trial as well for that false accusation. If she has a little money like this woman does, then it could be one or the other. And it's a shame that there's so many women who do this false accusation thing. I remember a story in the military where this wasn't really false accusation, but I can imagine it kind of goes under the same topic, or it's just really unmoral, where they said this young lady, like a guy left her, didn't want to be with her or whatever. Just didn't want to be with her, he cheated her, whatever guys do. So one night she was at a bar and she got a drink, saw him, and, slept with him one last time. The next day, she went to her first shirt and accused him of rape, and he went to prison. She then again did this 3 to 4 more times with just random guys because she was angry. And up until like the last guy, I think they all went to prison based on that law. Well, now it's not. Well, she had one drink, and all she did was take one drink. Well, this isn't how you say, your conventional where you just accuse some random person. But she set it up knowing the law that she can get away with this, and it was wrong. And the crazy part about it is they both were drinking. In fact, in a lot of the cases, the man had drunk more than her. So I don't understand, or I'm sure anybody won't understand this, how she was the one who got to be considered for rape and not them. So what do you do in these situations? Like I said, there needs to be something in place where this just can't happen like that, because it's out of hand at this point and it's out of control. Because even when these people are exonerated from these crimes, it's still on their record, it's still over their shoulder that they raped somebody, and that doesn't go away. So that's all I got to say about it. Like and subscribe to the channel. Link down below to all our platforms. This is Word of Mouth. Peace.
Mm.